There is a terrifying moment in every person's life. If they are lucky, a moment when you look around the room, you look at your phone, you look at the people you call family, friends, and then a question hits you that freezes your blood. Where is everyone? No one is coming. No one is going to save you. No one is going to invest in your vision. No one is going to push you when you're exhausted. And if you fall, no one is going to catch you. Why does this moment destroy most people? For 99% of humans, this realization becomes the beginning of depression. It is the moment they break. They feel abandoned. They feel betrayed by life itself. They ask the universe a painful question. Why me? Why do I have to do this alone? But here is the truth most never reach. For the 1%, for the outliers, for the architects, for the Machiavellians, this moment is not a tragedy. It is a baptism. Why are you watching this? Because you feel it. You feel the weight of an ambition no one around you understands. You're tired of explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Tired of waiting for permission, waiting for support, waiting for a team. So ask yourself this. How long are you going to wait? Stop waiting, because the belief that you need support to succeed is the greatest lie ever sold by a weak society. Machiavelli knew this. The great conquerors knew this. History is not written by committees. It is written by individuals who realized something dangerous. Being alone is not a weakness. It is a superpower. Now ask the next question. What if having no one is actually an advantage? Because it is. With zero support, you gain something rare, lethality. But be warned, we are about to perform surgery on your mindset. We must cut out the part of you that craves validation. We must kill the herd animal inside you. So ask yourself honestly, are you afraid of walking alone into the dark? If yes, turn this off. Go back to the crowd. They will keep you warm. But if you are ready to become the kind of person who makes the crowd uncomfortable, listen carefully. From the moment you were born, you were conditioned to depend. School taught group projects. Religion taught congregation. Society taught networking. And the lie sounded convincing. It's not what you know, it's who you know. But ask yourself, what happens when you rely on who you know? You give away power. When you depend on others, you hand the keys of your destiny to people who act in their interest, not yours. Machiavelli warned this clearly. A wise ruler relies on what is in his own control. So what is support really? Support is debt. When someone helps you, you owe them. When someone invests in you, they own a piece of you. When someone supports you emotionally, they can withdraw it whenever they choose. You think you want a safety net, but here's the truth. A safety net is also a spiderweb. It catches you and traps you. So ask yourself this brutal question. Why haven't you succeeded yet? Not because you lack support, but because you're still looking for it. You are wasting mental energy searching for a savior, diluting your vision so others can accept it, waiting for applause before the performance is even finished. This must end. You must reach the 0 point. The 0 point is absolute isolation. It's when you check your bank account, your contacts, your resources, and see only yourself. Most people panic here. You won't, because now you understand. If you have zero support, you have zero masters. If no one helped you up, no one can tear you down. If you built it alone, you keep the throne alone. This is not emotion. This is cold rationality. Now ask yourself, do you want to be loved or respected? When you seek support, you seek love. You want approval, pride from family, cheers from friends. That is emotional neediness, and neediness repels power. Have you noticed? The more you beg, the less you receive. The more you explain your vision to small minds, the more resistance you feel. Why? Because desperation smells like weakness. So the rule is simple. Stop trying to be loved. Start commanding respect through competence. Your fuel must change. You no longer run on encouragement. You run on defiance. When they don't believe in you, good. That means the market is open. When they don't help, good. That means you don't share the spoils. Their silence should no longer hurt you. It should sharpen you. Imagine a general on the battlefield. He looks back, and his army is gone. Does he cry? No. He studies the terrain. He sharpens his weapons. Because one man in the shadows is harder to kill than an army in the open. You are that man. Your isolation makes you faster, smarter, more dangerous. Corporations move slowly. They hold meetings about meetings. You can change your entire life in 1 hour. Why? Because you don't need permission. You don't need a board. You need a mirror. So stop seeing isolation as punishment. It is protection. It filters out weak allies, fake supporters, future betrayers. You are alone because mediocrity was removed from your path. Now the final question. How do you work like a demon with zero encouragement? You enter the ghost phase. No support means no audience. No audience means no performance. Become invisible. Most people fail because they talk too much. They leak energy. They share ideas too early. Doubt enters. Momentum dies. So disappear. Build silently. Move privately. Strike decisively. And when the world finally notices you, it will be too late to stop you. You stop working. The ghost does not speak. Ask yourself, why must silence be your weapon? Because your ambitions are too powerful to release prematurely. Do not tell your mother. Do not tell your partner. Do not post big things coming on Instagram. Silence creates pressure. And that pressure, when you have a massive goal burning inside, is fuel. It builds up like steam in a boiler. It becomes physical energy. It becomes anxiety. It becomes restlessness. Good. You need that pressure. That pressure is what drives you to work at 2 a.m. while the supported sleep. It is the force that breaks through resistance. When you are alone, you have the luxury of total immersion. You don't have to attend happy hours. You don't have to endure the birthdays of people you dislike. You don't have to maintain the social mask. Let it fall. Let the monster inside work. Ask yourself, what separates obsession from madness? Obsession, when you have zero support, is a prerequisite for mastery. You must know more than anyone else. You must be technically precise, strategically sound, undeniable. Steve Martin said it best. Be so good they can't ignore you. Notice he didn't say, be so loved they want to help you. When you are undeniable, support becomes irrelevant. And ironically, that is when support starts to arrive. People love to back winners. They avoid supporting the struggler. As long as you beg, you are the struggler. But when you crush it in silence, when results appear suddenly, everyone wants to be your friend. Everyone says, I always knew he had it. You will smile. You will nod. But never forget who was there when the room was empty. No one. Just you. Ask yourself, can you grieve alone? Yes. This is crucial. The motivational gurus skip this. They tell you to hustle. They don't tell you. Hustling alone hurts. You must grieve the life you thought you would have. The cheering section. The parents who understand. The friends who grow with you. They won't hold a funeral for the version of you that needed them. It hurts. Physical pain in the chest. Betrayal. Questions if you are crazy. Ask, am I right or are they right? This is the test. The valley of the shadow. Left the herd. Not yet in the sanctuary. In the wilderness, you hallucinate. Demons appear. You crave the cage you escaped. But you cannot go back. You have seen the truth. Most people are sleepwalking. Support is mutual sedation. You cannot unsee it. So you must kill the boy, so the man can rise. Kill the dependent, so the sovereign awakens. You must become your own parent. Call it self-architecture. Wake up. Look in the mirror. Be the father you never had. Be the provider you never had. Be the therapist you never had. You must talk to yourself. Literally. Get up. We have work to do. No one cares. Focus. This is the only way out. You develop a split personality. One is tired, weak, emotional. The other is the commander. The commander drags the weakling through mud. Eventually, the weakling dies. Only the commander remains. This is what Machiavelli meant when he spoke of flexible disposition. Be cruel to yourself now, to be kind to yourself later. Deny comfort today. Rule tomorrow. If you have zero support, no one enables weakness. If you sleep, you don't eat. Immediate brutal feedback. This is a gift. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Support is a cushion. It softens the hit. But the concrete of isolation hits hard. You learn. You adapt. You become anti-fragile. Ask yourself, what story will you tell yourself? The average person tells a victim story. I couldn't start because I lacked funding. I couldn't get in shape because no gym partner. You tell a villain origin story. Not evil. Motivated by the slight. Michael Jordan? Master of this. He used disrespect as fuel to dominate. You must do the same. Every rejection, every unanswered text, every doubt, burn it in the mental furnace. They didn't support you? Good. They laughed. Perfect. They excluded you? Excellent. Anger is cleaner fuel than sadness. Sadness weighs you down. Anger makes you move. Ask, why didn't they support me? Because they are simple. They obey immediate needs. Safety, conformity, comfort. You, complex. Future needs. Glory, power, freedom. You speak a language they don't know. Stop translating. Build the tower high. So high they must crane their necks to see. Victory with zero support? Sweeter. Pure. No acceptance speech. No splitting equity. Dark satisfaction. Walk through fire unburned. Strategic isolation must be mastered. Most people are isolated by accident. You must be isolated by design. Cut the cord. Avoid power leakers. Stop paying the social tax. Sit in your room. Stare at the wall. Silence will scream at first. Your thoughts. You are a loser. No friends. Let it scream. Analyze. Where do these voices come from? Third grade teacher. Cynical uncle. Television. Not yours. Eventually, a new sound emerges. A quiet, steady hum. Your own mind online for the first time. Your intuition. Your strategy. Ask, can I hear this voice with support around? No. Greatness is born in the void. Devoid of emotion. Collaborations fail. Partnerships dissolve. Marriages end. The statistics are against you. Whenever you introduce a second variable, another human, into your equation for success, chaos arrives. You increase the complexity and the risk of failure. Ask yourself, why is relying on others dangerous? Humans are volatile. They get sick. They get bored. They get jealous. They change their minds. If your plan depends on another person behaving consistently, your plan is flawed. Machiavelli advised the prince, avoid auxiliary forces, armies borrowed from others. Why? Because if they lose, you are defeated. And if they win, you are their prisoner. Success using someone else's money, connections, or platform. You are still their prisoner. You play by their rules. You censor your message. You compromise your vision. Ask yourself, how do I truly own my soul? Succeeding with zero support. Is it harder? Yes. Does it take longer sometimes? Yes. Is it worth it? Always. You build a foundation of granite. The man lifted by helicopter stands tall, but has no leg muscles. If the wind blows, he falls. The man who climbed alone, bleeding, sweating, freezing, he has legs of steel. The wind cannot move him. He is the mountain. Ask, do you want to be the climber or the passenger? Embrace difficulty. When there's no one to call at a roadblock, do not panic. Smile. This is the rep that builds the muscle. This is where you learn to solve problems. With a mentor who gives the answer, you learn nothing. You just memorized a solution. If you dig through the mud for 3 weeks to find the answer yourself, you own it. It becomes part of your DNA. Zero support means maximum education. You are forced to learn marketing, product, finance, psychology. You become a polymath, a weapon of mass competence. The specialist is replaceable. The generalist who built the castle alone, irreplaceable. Look at your empty contact list and say, thank you. Thank you for forcing me to become everything I needed. Now let's go deeper. Ask, how do I convert pain into power? There's a concept, sublimation, a defense mechanism. You take raw emotion, anger, fear, sadness, and transform it into productive action. The average person numbs pain. They drink, scroll TikTok, eat sugar, distract themselves. You do the opposite. You feel it fully. You channel it into work. Pain is energy, high-octane fuel. Ever notice how much you can accomplish when heartbroken or furious? The outlier taps into this energy on command. I am alone. Work harder. They ignored me. Write better. I am broke. Sell more. You create a Pavlovian response. Pain triggers production. While others are paralyzed by emotions, you are propelled by them. Machiavelli calls this virtue. Capability, prowess, the ability to impose your will on fortune. Fortune favors the bold. The man who asks permission is denied. With support, you get soft. Safety kills ambition. You need danger. You need the survival instinct. Remove the safety net, and your primal brain awakens. Senses heighten. Creativity spikes. Opportunities appear that comfort would hide. Welcome danger. Welcome solitude. Ask yourself, where does my energy come from now? Support it. You run on light energy. Inspiration, joy, collaboration. Alone, you must run on dark energy. Carl Jung called it the shadow. Machiavelli called it the fox and the lion. Most repress it. They are taught envy, pride, aggression are sins. They become harmless. You cannot succeed if you are harmless. To build from scratch, you need strategic aggression, pride to claim your worth, shadow integration. Stop feeling guilty about ambition, wealth, proving others wrong. Darkness is potential energy. Think of a rocket. It flies not on good intentions, but a controlled explosion. Your shadow is that explosion. When you're alone at 11 p.m., inspiration will not save you. Ask, what is loyal when inspiration leaves? Spite, pride. Use them. If I quit now, they win. If I stop, they're right. Yes, dirty fuel, but it burns hot. You need fire to escape gravity. Solar power comes later. Machiavelli said, God expects you to fight, to seize glory with your own hands. Do not be the nice guy who finishes last. Be the integrated man who finishes first. Polite, civilized, but the monster is on a leash, ready to work. No boss, no team, no accountability partner. Danger zone. Most left alone dissolve into entropy. Sleep until 10. Scroll. Work 20 minutes. Break 2 hours. If you do this, you die, metaphorically, financially. Ask, how do I control myself when no one is watching? Become a fascist dictator to yourself. Create a protocol. Morning negotiation, when the alarm clock. Deep work blocks. Shut phone, lock door, enter trance state. 4 hours, a week's output of a corporation. Asymmetrical advantage. Speed, focus, lethality. Information diet. Your mind is your only asset. Stop consuming garbage. Read philosophy, strategy, technical manuals. Evening review. Audit yourself. Move the needle or make noise. Be harsh. Correct failure. Do not coddle. Structure replaces the external world with internal iron. Networking is a trap. Begging for attention is weakness. Build value. Build a product. Build skills. Become irresistible. Make them come to you. Machiavelli. Make yourself necessary. Master your craft. Be the honeypot, not the bee chaser. Follow the ghost path. Something strange happens. You begin to win. Numbers rise. Money flows. Confidence radiates. Then they return. Friends, family, exes. They smile. They say, I always knew we would make it. Ask, do I let them in now? Do not. Maintain polite indifference. They see you. They cannot touch you. Only those who helped carry the stones enter your castle. You carried them alone. The castle is yours. This is sovereignty, not loneliness. You are self-reliant. Lose everything. You can rebuild. You are the asset. Where does it end? It doesn't. With zero support, you become architect, not survivor. Now, you can strategically give support. Spot the hungry, lonely kid. Encourage only those who spark. Machiavelli. Double pleasure to support the unsupported. Never forget the cold. Never forget the silence. A piece of darkness remains your anchor. The applause now. You clapped for yourself in the empty room. That is the only sound that matters. The path of zero support is for the outlier, the mutation. Look like a failure for a long time. Shine like a legend forever. Suffer in the dark. Shine in the light. Most will quit. They will seek microsympathy. You stay. You analyze. You plot. The empty chair is not a vacancy. It is a throne waiting for you.